Morning to my dear students and parents of the King School. I'm teacher Danika and I'm the school counselor here. It's really lovely to be able to do this video because I really miss having the students to interact with on a regular basis, and it's always been a pleasure meeting the parents as well. I thought that especially during this time of the pandemic, the lockdown and the COVID-19 restrictions, we've been spending a lot of time with our family, and keeping in line with our sports festival theme of the last year, I thought it would be really nice for me to touch upon a few points which will help us to build, strengthen and maintain strong relationships within our family. So here goes. Point that I want to talk about is togetherness. And togetherness is what builds really strong relationships within the family. How can we ensure that this togetherness is built? We can do this by spending a lot of time together. You can spend time by chatting, watching movies, TV shows, cooking together, eating together, praying together. And I think it's the more time that we spend with our family members that builds and strengthens our relationship, our understanding of one another, and that is something which is maintained and a relationship which lasts for the rest of our lives. As adults, we look back at times that we have spent together with our family as we are growing up. And as we grow older, unfortunately, there's so much lack of time and opportunity. But it is these memories that ensure that our relationships with our family stay strong together. Second important point I want to talk about is communication. It's really important for us to be able to talk things out with our family members, either our parents, our siblings, or extended members of the family who we are living with, or even those who we meet on a regular basis. I don't think it's really nice when we ignore one another, we give each other silence treatment, passive-aggressive behaviors, or even worse, when we try to take revenge on somebody in the house who has hurt us. It's much easier for us to talk things out, explain our side of the situation and what that person did that hurt us, and try to rebuild that relationship. It's also really important when we are talking not to deliberately say things which may hurt somebody else. So think before you talk to ensure that whatever you're saying is beneficial and helpful and not negative. And now I want to talk about our third point, which is personal space. Everybody needs some alone time, some privacy, some time that we want to spend with ourselves, either doing things that we like or, just trying to understand various things in life. So as family members, I think it builds trust, it builds respect when we give each other that personal space, give each other that privacy, rather than intruding on one another when we are alone or deliberately trying to read messages or snoop onto Instagram or Facebook. One of the wonderful things about ensuring privacy or trusting one another is that it builds a strong relationship where there is freedom to be yourself within socially appropriate restrictions of the family. So respect one another, trust one another, and don't deliberately be nosy and intrude into each other's privacy. The fourth aspect I want to talk about is sharing responsibility. A home is not just a home where the adults take care of, but it's also a home where the children grow up and experience love and understanding. So it's important for us to treat our house like our own, and that means dividing the work in the house. You can assist, you can do your own, of course you have to handle your own room and your own responsibilities, but also helping out with other things in the house, like cleaning, dusting, watering the garden, etc. It's also really nice if you could have a chore rota, a rota which says that, okay, these are my jobs and my responsibilities for the week, and maybe if you have a sibling you can exchange for the next week. This ensures that you're able to learn all aspects of a house, and you're also helping your parents to ensure that everything goes smoothly in their household. So it's very important for us to take this responsibility as we grow up. What I want to talk about is acceptance. It's impossible for any two people to agree or to think alike in every situation. So it's but natural that within our family and maybe our friends as well, we're going to have a lot of differences. But we need to agree to disagree. What does that mean? That means that I respect the other person's opinion. I may not agree with them, but I do respect their opinion. And rather than arguing or discussing it on a repeated or a regular basis, to either handle the situation in a more appropriate or respectful manner. So it's really important for us to know that not everybody thinks the same way. Instead of judging the other person, making rude comments or remarks, to avoid a conversation or discussion which is simply going to aggravate the situation. So agree to disagree means understand that you and I have different opinions, and let's handle it like civilized people. Aspect which I want to talk about today in family life is supporting each other. Family is somebody who's always going to be there for you, no matter what, right? And that's really important for us to support each other. Sometimes we may not agree, sometimes we may not understand the situation properly, but it's very important for us to say, you know what, I'm there for you, I love you, I accept you, and you can always turn to me and share your difficulties, your problems, maybe provide a shoulder to cry on, maybe provide some jokes and some entertainment. But sticking together is what family does. And that's something that we're always going to have for the rest of our lives. Friends come and friends go, but family is always going to be there for you. So support each other. So my dear students and parents, I could go on and on about the importance of family relationships and maintaining them. But I think these are some good points. I'm sure a lot of you have already been doing that in your family, and they have developed and strengthened your relationship. But these are applicable and can be put into action immediately. So if you have any tips that you would like to suggest, please let me know so that I could use them to help out other families who need them. Thank you so much and have a great weekend.